This course begins with Native American origin and creation stories and concludes with some of the poetry of Walt Whitman and Emily Dickinson. This should provide a broad overview of what constitutes American literature from its origins to the end of the Civil War. We will read and study works of poetry, fiction, and nonfiction prose, including autobiography by a range of writers, men and women of diverse backgrounds and interests. Our object will be to study the many voices that constitute what we call American literature. What does American mean? What role has literature played in the cultural and historical story of what came to be the United States? We will examine the human values that were tested by conflict as well as those human values that allowed unity. We ought to understand how history and literature merge so that we can understand what the literature of America accomplished. We need to be able to read that literature critically and figure out what forms of literature were used and created in the early formation of the United States.